You ever notice how some phrases just land? They feel smooth, memorable, and just, right? But then other ones feel super clunky and awkward, almost difficult to get through. Well, that feeling, it's not just a matter of personal style. It's actually a signal from deep inside your brain. And in this explainer, we're going to uncover the cognitive science behind why your brain has a favorite rhythm.
All right, let's just jump right in with a classic. On the left, you've got Julius Caesar's epic line, "I came, I saw, I conquered." It's punchy, it's powerful, it just flows. Now look at the one on the right. "I came, I saw, and conquering was done." I mean, it basically says the same thing, but it just feels so wrong, doesn't it? It's jarring. It's like hearing a song hit a really sour note.
So, that's the big mystery we're going to solve today. Why do we have such a gut reaction to the structure of a sentence? This isn't just about being a grammar snob. It's something way more fundamental, something that's hardwired into how we think. And we're about to find out exactly why.
To get to the bottom of this, we've got a little roadmap. We'll start with that satisfying feeling itself, then we'll put a name to the ancient trick that actually creates it. From there, we'll get into why your brain is obsessed with patterns, see what happens when those patterns break, and finally, how this whole thing is used as the ultimate persuasion hack. Okay, first up, that satisfying feeling. Look, if you felt that little jolt of, ugh, when you read the weird Caesar quote, you're not alone. That preference for symmetry and balance, it's a real thing, a measurable cognitive phenomenon. Your brain is actively craving it.
The fancy scientific term for this is cognitive fluency. Just think of it as how smoothly your brain can digest information. When a sentence is easy to process, your brain doesn't just get it faster, it actually rewards you with a little hit of a positive feeling. It's like a tiny neurochemical pat on the back.
And really, it all boils down to this super simple idea. Our brains have this powerful bias. If something is easy to process, we automatically think it's better, more familiar, and honestly more trustworthy. It's a mental shortcut that just screams, easy equals good. That little buzz of satisfaction is all thanks to cognitive fluency. So what is this magic structure that makes our brains so happy? Well, it turns out it's not magic at all. It's a very specific, very powerful tool from rhetoric that's been around for thousands of years. It's time to give this thing a name.
The trick is called parallelism. It's a simple but brilliant idea. You use the exact same grammatical structure for related ideas. So instead of a messy jumble, you line everything up. Verbs with verbs, nouns with nouns, phrases with phrases. And that's what creates that perfect, satisfying rhythm our brains just love.
And get this, it's not just one simple rule. It's a whole sophisticated toolkit that speakers have been honing since ancient Greece and Rome. You've got isocolon, where each part has the same rhythm, the same number of syllables, like in veni, vidi, vici. You've got anaphora, where you repeat the start of each phrase for that building, powerful effect. And then there's antithesis, which uses that parallel structure to slam two opposite ideas together for maximum impact.
All right, so we've identified the feeling and we've named a technique. But that brings us to the really big question. On a biological level, why does parallelism work so well? This is where we get into the nuts and bolts of how your brain actually handles language. You have to remember, your brain at its core is an efficiency-seeking engine. It's constantly being bombarded with information, and its number one job, besides keeping you alive, is to save energy wherever it can. And for the brain, patterns are the ultimate energy-saving shortcut.
This breaks it down perfectly. When you hear a sentence with parallelism, your brain does three things super fast. 1, it detects the repeating pattern. 2, it immediately predicts that this pattern is going to continue. And 3, because it knows what's coming next, it can process the rest of the sentence with almost no effort. This totally lowers the cognitive load and frees up your working memory to focus on the actual meaning. It's brilliant.
Okay, so if a perfect pattern feels good and is easy on the brain, what happens when you break that pattern? This, my friends, is where we find the smoking gun, the hard scientific proof of your brain getting frustrated.
Scientists can actually see this happen on an EEG scan. It's called the P600 response. The best way to think about it is like your brain's check engine light for grammar. When a sentence breaks the pattern you were expecting, about 600 milliseconds later, there's this big, noticeable spike in electrical activity. It's literally a syntax alarm blaring inside your head.
So let's go back to our example one more time. Your brain reads, I came. Okay, subject, past tense verb. Simple. Then, I saw. Same thing. The pattern is set. Your brain is now totally primed, fully expecting the third part to follow the exact same structure.
And then it gets hit with, and conquering was done. Bam, right there. That is the moment the P600 spike fires off. That electrical surge is the measurable neural cost of breaking the pattern. It's your brain slamming on the brakes, signaling, whoa, 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 something is structurally wrong here, and it's going to take extra work to fix.
And this P600 signal isn't just for huge mistakes. It gets triggered by any unexpected hiccup, especially faulty parallelism. That spike you see is literally the brain having to spend extra energy to go back, reread, and try to repair that broken sentence.
So now let's bring it all home. Knowing that the brain loves easy, predictable patterns and absolutely hates broken ones, well, that's an incredibly powerful piece of information. Master communicators, we're talking everyone from ancient Roman orators to today's top leaders, have used this knowledge to make their messages wildly persuasive and totally unforgettable.
Take this legendary line from JFK. This is a perfect example of antithesis wrapped in parallelism. The grammatical structure is identical on both sides of that semicolon, creating this beautiful, perfect balance. And that balance makes the contrast in the message, not this, but that, so sharp, so powerful, and so ridiculously easy to remember.
Or check out how Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. masterfully uses anaphora here. That repetition of to plus a verb creates this unstoppable rhythm. It just builds and builds, pulling the audience right along with him. Each new phrase is a breeze to process because your brain is already locked onto the pattern. That allows the emotional weight of his message to land with absolute maximum force.
So at the end of the day, it all boils down to this incredibly simple formula. The rhythm you get from parallelism makes the language just feel good. The predictability of that pattern makes it super easy for our brains to process. And that combo, that good feeling plus effortless processing, is the golden ticket to making something memorable. So, next time you hear a super catchy ad slogan or a powerful line in a movie or a speech, or even just a song lyric that gets stuck in your head for days, listen closely, because now you know the cognitive hack that's at play. The real question is, where are you going to spot it next?